Ah there, I'm the narrator. Welcome to Fables on Tables, a tabletop RPG play podcast. Our first story comes from Biffton, a Dungeons and Dragons homebrew setting. So please, sit back and enjoy this tall tale. Fuck. All right, do it again. Hey. Hey, welcome to, I already said that. I'm Jackson. I'm going to be your dungeon master for this.
So don't.
I'm the dungeon master. I'm Jackson Bradford. I'll be taking y'all on this little journey with us. And we got two players here today. We got Matt.
Hello, I will be playing Bogey Yara.
And we got Grant.
Yes, hello, I'm Clay Nanashi Gabega.
Nanashi Gabega.
Just Clay.
Clay for short. So in this game, it's going to be the three of us, and then with the exception of this week, we're going to try to have a special guest cycle in and play with us every week or so. We open on the ocean, a large shipping vessel, the shrinking coast in the background. A large elf with an eye patch walks about the ship, directing the crew, double-checking knots, lending a hand. He makes his way to the front, scanning the horizon. His gaze stops to the right of the boat. A few hundred feet away, a small geyser of black clouds begins spewing forth from the water's surface. Hurriedly, the one-eyed elf runs to starboard side, watching as the black clouds grow, rising into the air, and roll over the ocean. He quickly orders his crew about, and the boat pulls left, heading away, but quickly followed by the gathering darkness. The elf sends a desperate ball of fire into the approaching clouds. It is swallowed. He watches in grim dismay as his magic is consumed, and then plank by plank, his boat with it. The crew runs about in fear, and the boat disappears into the clouds as it travels towards the shore. Pan back from that scene and move a few miles away to the city in the swamp, Squat Town, a town of floating towers and piles of junk. Boats and rafts go to and fro throughout the city, shuttling people and goods. We find our adventurers in the south of the town at the docks. So y'all are starting off in the early morning hours in Squat Town, which is a city in the southern end of the continent of Biffton. It sits in the southern marsh, which borders on the ice marsh right below it. It's early morning, it's a little chilly outside. You're both standing in a crowd of other commoners, and you're waiting for we're waiting to board the river cruise ship. There's a few other commoners waiting around y'all, and they're loading up, and they're about to let y'all on board. They got a lot of other people around y'all. What are y'all doing right now, waiting to board this ship?
I'm on my tippy toes, and I'm looking for the express line. Where's the express line?
The express lane to get on board faster?
Yeah,
sure.
I'm around commoners, you said.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'm like, where's my people?
Give me a perception check. And so for anyone who hasn't played Dungeons and Dragons before, I'll be asking for checks and saves and attack rolls.
That's an 11.
And he got an 11. And all that means is they're rolling a 20-sided dice, and they're adding certain modifiers to it depending on what they're good at. In this case, it's perception.
I'm not good at it.
And your perception is weak, and you rolled an 11, which basically their roll, I'll interpret the difficulty of it to see how well they do. So he's trying to look for a fast track to get on this boat. You don't see a fast lane, but you do see there's sort of an unmanned, no one's watching one of the planks leading up to the boat. No one's going up it either, because the workers are using to load stuff onto the boat.
No, I wouldn't take that.
Okay.
I'm not going to go with the service entrance.
Sure. Good.
I'm looking for the noble entrance.
Right. There is no velvet. No velvet.
I'm making
rope.
a note on my review card.
On your well, you know what? Oh, on your
Yelp
card?
your Yelp review. Yeah, there's no.
I didn't know they had Yelp here.
There's
Biffton's
Yelp.
cool.
Biffton's pretty cool. What are you up to, Clay?
I want to say right now I'm kind of just in the crowd trying to decide who I want to be on this ship.
Okay.
So I'm more or less just blending in and deciding whether I should board as my mysterious witch person or a servant, or just try to climb in the smuggler's entrance, which I know of.
What do you look like right now? Like, what are you dressed as?
What are the people in the crowd dressed as?
There's a range of different people in the crowd. You see. Well, actually, give me another perception order.
Right. I got off easy.
So why don't you give me that perception check you've been dying for to look around and see who's around you. This is to see what you want to be, right? Or what you want to. You said you want to blend in.
Correct. Well, I rolled a 2, and to that I add 0.
Oh, 2, huh? So you just basically you turn to the left, and there's a lizard person standing there, who's carrying some cargo.
Gargaman looks fine. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I dropped something, and just bend over and turn into a lizard.
So now you look like a lizard person.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you should probably explain how you're able to do that. What?
Well, I am a changeling. I was told that I was molded from clay, so I believe that.
Okay, so basically with this race you can change into other things.
Right.
Into other races.
I can look like any other race.
Okay. Maybe. Okay, so that's what you're seeing. After some of this stuff gets loaded up, a large gray humanoid gator, like a gator man, who are not native to around here exactly, but maybe y'all have seen before, comes up and on top of the boat and goes, "Okay, it's time to board now. Welcome to the SS Safeboat. Go ahead, come on up. You're ready to board now." And the crowd starts to move up.
So, is the cargo lizard going in like a different entrance or anything like
They're
that?
going up this side of the boat. Like they might have kind of what Bogey? I keep forgetting. Bogey saw. He saw that there was a worker's ramp that they were hauling stuff onto. So he's going up that side, yeah.
Can I find a box or something to pick up and just
sure.
blend in?
You just want to grab something?
So the thing is, I can't turn into someone who I haven't seen. So I actually look like this guy.
So you look just like this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can do little minor differences once I become him, but he's the template I'm using for my change.
Okay. Yeah, you look pretty much like this guy.
Yeah.
And you just want to grab a random box?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, you grab a box and you're just going to head up the workers ramp?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see as you're walking up the same lizard person that you turned into going back down the other way. What do you want to do?
Just like cover my face with the box.
Do you have a ticket to this boat, or are you just here?
I think I do have a ticket.
Okay, you're gonna cover your face.
Like I'm a business owner, so they gave that guy a ticket.
Yeah.
But I don't have any like particular attachment to that character.
Okay. Roll a performance check to see how you pull this box maneuver off.
2 of 5. That's an 8.
An 8?
Yes.
Okay, so you're walking past him, and you're putting the box up to your face to cover yourself. And as you do, you lose sight of him, and you bump right into him, and the box drops out of your hand and hits the ramp and falls right into the water. And now you're face to face with this lizard folk. Hey, watch where you're going, me. What? And he's taken aback and he's looking at you. His eyes are wide.
I'm just gonna dive into the water.
You just dive in. Okay, it's give me a Constitution saving throw because the waters are incredibly cold here.
That's a 0 that I'll add to that. And that'll be a whole 5.
Okay.
You ready to roll up a new character?
I'm so ready. So ready.
So saving throws just mean whatever action he's sort of having to beat, he's going to have to roll against. And if he passes, then he succeeds the save. In this case, his Constitution's +0, and you roll a 5. And I have a number in mind for each check, depending on the difficulty. You dive in, and it is freezing cold. I mean, it's probably 40-degree water.
Okay.
And you can't breathe when you go in, and you're paralyzed, and you start sinking.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a commotion?
Yeah, I mean the box dropped, it fell in the water.
So we heard a splash.
Yeah, you heard a splash. You see him. The lizard guy, your lookalike is standing there just looking at you in the water. He's kind of dumbfounded that he just watched himself jump into the water.
Can I help?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to do?
I want to shape water with as a cantrip.
Okay.
To try to lift him back up out.
How does shape water work? Like, what
I should know. I
will tell you.
Okay. So this is a cantrip, which just means is a innate spellcasting. It doesn't cost you any materials or levels.
So I can cast it 30 feet away. It's
Okay.
a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
I can move water in a direction. I can cause it to form simple shapes. I can freeze the water,
Oh, that's cool.
provided there are no creatures in it.
You can't freeze it if there's a creature in it.
No, but I think I could maybe create
Pull
a hand and like push him up out
Of
and
it?
then push him like 2 feet up and then just like hold him there and then he can just be on top of like a floating ice block.
Here's what happens.
All right.
You reach in and you start pushing the 5-foot cube of water up where Clay is on, and it's not exactly pushing him up because he's sort of sinking in it, but he's still rising a little bit with it. And as you pull him out of the water, the Gator Man, the captain that he just announced, reaches down and grabs his arm, able to reach him because you pulled him up out of the water, and flings him on board. He goes, what a way to start the cruise, all right. And he just gives you a big slap on the back, Clay, and you're gasping for air. He didn't really notice that you look like that other guy. And,
good.
He's like, all right, good thing you signed the death and dismemberment forms before you came aboard, eh? All right, everyone, come on down. And people walk on. You see the lizard folks kind of looking at you odd, but then he's like, starts to get back to work.
He's got shit to do. Okay, are people still looking at me? Do I feel eyes on me? Like I want to look at
Yes, a lot of people are eyeing you just because you just made quite the faux pas.
Friends.
I don't know. Would you want to come talk to me?
Well, he did just pull you out of there.
He tried.
Well, I mean, he helped.
He lifted me with the ice.
He pulled you up so he could reach you. So
Well, I think I would want to look for him because like, would I be able to see who did that? Because obviously the captain just pulled me out.
You're pretty shaken. You could look around and see.
I'm looking around for someone who's looking at me intently, like they might have just saved me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm proficient in insight.
What does it look like when you cast like that cantrip?
Does that take like? Do you
bogey.
have to like do hand movements and speak and stuff?
I think actually cantrips are like no somatic.
Oh yeah, they don't have.
It's somatic.
Oh, it is somatic. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like Doctor
So you would
Strange.
just be like,
What did you say? Like, what do you say to
It's
move
just-
water?
no, it's
Oh,
not
somatic is
verbal.
hand. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so I would just be like,
doing some
I'd
shit.
probably like be using my hand and like
Yeah.
like this.
A few people around you are like, oh, wow, that was cool. Wow, that was really nifty there.
SSU.
SSU?
I'm wearing Snowflake State garb. Like I'm wearing whatever the scar. You'd have to explain the
Yeah,
background
sure.
of my.
I think it would kind of look like, so you're from Snowflake State. Or Snowflake, State.
Yeah, I'm the dean.
University.
I'm the dean.
You're an ex-dean
I was the dean.
of the university.
It's like a senator though, where I still expect to be called dean.
Funny you should say that. Behind you here, very impressive, Bogey Dean. Dean Bogey.
Dean Yara.
Bogey Dean Yara. And you turn around and you see a well-dressed man, human. He's got slick, kind of like gelled back hair. He has a very thin but finely combed and gelled mustache. And you recognize him. This is Purvis Gallandon. Gallandon, yeah.
Purvis.
Yes.
And who is Purvis to me?
So you, I guess, you would know him. He was he's a professor of planar studies at Snowflake State.
Cool. Can he be one of my friends or enemies?
Oh, so you have
I have
Yeah.
2 blank friends and 1 blank enemy, and I've met 2 important people in my background. So
yes, he can be one of your friends
he's a friend.
that you've rolled for. Yeah, I
He's
think
not an enemy.
he's definitely not an enemy.
Okay, cool.
No, I mean, you've probably worked with him for a while.
Purvis.
Dean, that was a great save. The trip's only started and you've already managed to...
I can't help but get my hands wet.
Oh, very good, Dean. Very good. Oh, he slaps you on the back a little bit, lightly.
I'm just watching them talk. I'm trying to pick up on their mannerisms and like, do they know each other?
You're like coughing still too because you're probably fucking cold too. It's like probably 45, 50 degrees out right now.
Okay.
It's probably pretty chilly. But yeah, you're watching them and Purvis is like, yes, what please let's go ahead and then.
You
board.
old dastard! What are you doing
Oh,
here?
you know me, a man of the land. I want to study the plains and the things.
You must be
know
so
things.
excited by what's happening.
You have no idea.
I'm
Twirls
partly
his
responsible for it all, you might say.
Good God. Really?
Well, you could say, but I don't want to get into it too much.
Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of time to talk. There's cocktail parties after all. We can talk then. Hmm?
Absolutely.
You say we meet up later and discuss these events.
That sounds good, Purvis.
And as y'all are kind of chumming it up, the Captain Armand speaks up and he goes, okay, what a great start to the trip. Captain, I'll be your captain today, Armand. Yes, thanks for coming aboard. We're going to have a great time. Oh, yeah, we're heading out. Why don't everyone go to your rooms? You'll be shown there. Drop off your stuff. And we'll come back up here to the deck and we'll go over the itinerary, eh? And he kind of goes jaunting off. And then some of the workers come up and grab y'all's suits and luggage and take you to your rooms, which are, if you allow them to take your stuff, it's all below deck on the second floor. You go down, there's like a hallway full of probably about 10 rooms, and you're each shown to your own little room.
Oh, cool. Tell me about my room. What do I get?
Yeah, you open it up, and there's a nice little circular window, classic boat, and you got a bunk bed in your room.
Yeah, like a dresser or something?
There's a small closet in the room.
I immediately unpack all my stuff.
And just
Into
hang it up in the closet?
Everything gets put away. My backpack
Right.
is empty.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. A lizard folk had brought your stuff down, And he's like, if you need anything, sir, I'm Pips. Just let me know if you need something.
Are lizard folk native to the plains?
So lizard folk, you would know this as someone who's worked at the university, especially. Lizard folk and gator men are from, and bullywug, or like frog people, are from the plane of the Feywilds. So it's a different plane of, it's not, you're on the material plane currently in Biffton, and the Feywilds are like an alternate plane that's full of fey creature like fairy, and there's also imps there, but there's also a lot of these sort of humanoid animal creatures.
And it's pretty normal for them to be here.
Currently, it hadn't been until recently. There was, the past couple of years, there's been an epic war that's been taking place across multiple planes. There's the god of war Grunch. There's been a battle against him through multiple planes, and it's caused a lot of migration of everyone. A lot of people from the Feywilds especially are refugees. So it's possible they came here seeking a better life after this.
But I wouldn't have seen them before this kind of major event.
Not
probably.
really, no. And specifically because there's new research at Snowflake State, which you would be aware of, that deals with planar magic. And they've opened planes to other worlds to allow people to come in to help those who have suffered from this war. So this is pretty new in the past year or so. There's a surge of other people. You might have seen them before, but especially recently, yeah. But yeah, Pips drops you off.
That's his name, Pips?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. He's just one of the crew.
Am I supposed to tip?
If you want.
I'm not going to tip.
Okay, he sort of waits for a second. He's like, is he? Okay, all right, thanks. And then he just sort of walks off. We'll go back to you, Clay. You, another lizard folk. The same. So one comes up to you. He's kind of like reddish in color. And he goes, hey, I'm Reef, I'll be taking... And then the one that looks just like you bumps into him. He's kind of blue. And he's like, come on. And he like grabs you. And he's like, I'll take your stuff. And he just sort of butts in on it and grabs your stuff and takes you to your room.
I say that's very kind of you in his voice.
He doesn't say anything. And then when you get to your room, he opens it up. And he turns around and he goes, okay, this is your room. This is the closet. Why the hell do you look like me? Who are you?
Oh, it's just a disguise. I saw you in the crowd and I wanted to look like you.
You wanted to look like me? No one's ever said that before.
You just got something about you.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You just got something about you.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're like a movie star then, huh? You're like a big show guy, huh?
I'm pretty good at kind of looking like any person I want.
Wowzers.
Yeah. It's just a show. I'm actually one of the performers here on the cruise.
You know,
That was a whole show when I dove in. Yeah.
Wow, that was all an act.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
I'm glad you liked it.
Wow, that was a show. I thought you were just an idiot. No, I see.
Not me.
Well, I'm Squonk, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Squonk.
What's
Pleasure.
your name?
Oh, I'm Clavius.
Clavius. He
right.
grabs your hand, like shakes it really hard. He's like, "Hey, anything you need, Clavius, just let me know. Do you need a stunt double? Do you need someone to practice your improv with? You know, just let me know. I can always help out. Okay."
Most definitely. You Squonk?
Squonk.
Great.
You really gotta enunciate the onk.
Squonk.
There, you got it. Oh man, he turns around. He's like, imagine that. He's like walking down the hallway, like, wait, a movie star. Wow.
Okay, yeah, and as soon as I close the door, I'll immediately shift back into my store owner witch form.
Okay, so now you look like a witch.
Not
like a.
I'm witchy.
You look like an older woman.
You can't really tell if I have long, like, white hair, but you
Okay.
can't really tell if I'm a man or a woman. I don't have like the witch hat
Sure.
on. but I'm dressed kind of like that, but maybe a little more formal. It's just kind of mysterious.
Okay.
Basically, is what I'm going for.
Is this the person you were when you bought this ticket? Like when you...
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is
the
who's
ticket
supposed
owner.
to be on this.
Yeah,
boat.
like this guy is mysterious enough that you don't see him get on the boat.
Okay.
And I couldn't find another entrance, so I kind of did it the wrong way. So I'm also thinking of finding a way to switch my room now,
Okay.
because that guy knows
Thinks you're
my room,
there.
and I don't want him coming back to find me, because I'm not gonna use his form again.
Oh, he'll be back. Okay, so do y'all want to... You were told to come back up a deck to listen to the itinerary, but you certainly don't have to if you don't want to. I don't know what y'all would like to do.
I want to find the guy, the magician who tried to save me.
Yeah, you walk by Clay and you see Bogey in there just looking through these scrolls and through these papers.
Like a really elaborate robe set up.
Probably
on, I
like
think.
what they wear at graduation kind of
exactly.
thing. Those really fancy
Wearing
shit.
a very scholarly
Yeah.
robe.
Okay, has he seen me look like through the door?
No.
Is there anyone else in the hallway? I
Yeah,
want to
there's
look
some
around.
other people walking to and fro.
Are they facing my direction?
I wouldn't have picked off that he was like a twin
No,
crocodile.
I don't think so.
So I don't have any significance.
Unless like
about
you
that.
really want to.
But also,
You
try
can't
to.
even tell them apart.
He doesn't even. You don't even look like that anymore, either. So
Right, no,
okay,
he
cool.
doesn't.
I just want-
If there's people in the hall, then I'll keep my form, and I'm just gonna like stand back, like not really, like just one eye peeking
Yeah.
around the door, and just knock a couple times.
Yes, Pip. What do you? What? You're not. Are you Pip? I can't tell.
No, I'm not Pip. I saw what you did for the lizard. That was quite impressive.
Thank you. I am an elemental professor,
You teach.
so to speak.
Are we not speaking?
I'm a dean, Yara, of Snowflake State University.
You hear
Yeah.
from down the hallway, Purvis goes, X-Dean?
Oh, yes, of course.
I have a tenure. It's in litigation.
I've heard of you. I read the paper.
I am a dean of elemental magic, and saving you from the water was no problem.
You know who I am?
Oh,
You didn't
wait,
save me from the
shit.
water.
I established it just to ruin it.
Yeah,
Wait.
no.
Let me.
Well, you did. You were being complimented for saving
You
someone.
saw him save. I saw
yes.
you save
I
the
see.
lizard.
Yes, I saved the lizard with my elemental magic.
Yeah. Well, you attempted to.
I saved him single-handedly as a wizard of wizardly elemental magic.
You did a great thing.
Dean Yara.
So you have not.
Yeah, Purvis from the back.
You haven't spent much time in our town, have you?
What town?
I'm Clay from Clay's shop. You know. Clay's Stuff is actually the full name is called Clay's Stuff.
Okay. So it's in Squat Town.
Yeah.
But,
I guess
right.
Clay's Pets and Stuff.
Okay.
Are you from Squat Town?
Oh no, I'm from Snowflakea. What kind of things does your shop sell?
Pets and stuff. It's called Clay's Pets and Stuff.
I probably didn't visit.
You should come by before you leave. I guess we just left, though.
It's very cool. Would you like to see my weasel?
Yes.
And in a bag, I have a weasel.
Oh, what's his name? Her name.
Weasel.
Is this cruise coming back? Or
Yes.
is it...
If you plan to go to the itinerary meeting, you will learn all about it.
We're still just trying to meet each
That's
other.
where everyone's
I just-
funneling. They're
I'm
all
just showing
going
you
to-
my weasel.
Yeah.
Do you want to see my weasel?
May I see your weasel?
Yes, you may see my weasel. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I show you my weasel.
What's it look like?
It's a weasel.
Tight.
It's got brown hair? I don't know.
Yeah, weasels
What
have
is
hair,
a
yeah.
weasel?
It's just a stupid little animal.
Can I try to just like try to connect with it?
Yeah.
Just like see if
you
it's...
want to do an animal handling check?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
My unseen servant, you feel a hand press upon your
There's
chest.
a
as you
guy in this room with us.
My unseen servant puts his hand on your chest and I say, what are you doing with my weasel?
Oh, I was just gonna pet it.
That's fine. I say to someone else. My unseen servant.
So can I not see him?
That's
you
my
can't.
unseen
It's
servant.
invisible.
My 2 ritual
Is that?
spells.
Oh, that's a ritual spell. So you just have that. Okay, that's cool. That's hilarious.
1,
A 1, a natural 1.
and I don't add anything.
Okay, this is great. All right, so anytime when you're rolling and you roll a natural 20 or you roll a natural 1, it's a critical roll. A 20 being a critical success, which means no matter what, some amount of success is going to come out of this. Or a 1, which is a critical failure, which means something bad will come of this or something cosmically shitty. Yeah, you reach out and you're trying to connect with this weasel and you poke it right in the eye. It's just like you're trying to pet it and it just goes right in the thing's eye. And it immediately bites you for 1 point of damage.
Yes.
And you're bleeding pretty badly out of your finger, actually.
Oh, I'll just stick it in my mouth.
Tastes like weasel. Maybe that's new for
Does
you.
it taste like my blood too, though?
Some of that, yeah.
Okay,
Mostly
but
that.
I mostly taste weasel.
Yeah, there's
it's-
a lot of weasel in that
It's
blood.
not that new to me.
Your blood or the weasel?
Weasel. Or blood.
Oh, he got nipped there. That's a bit of a fiend, isn't he?
Yes. I'll reach into my bag.
Is
and
your blood different?
I don't.
It is.
Well, when I'm in a different
Yeah,
form,
I'm pretty
does
sure.
it stay different blood?
Look it up.
I don't think I didn't see
That's-
anything
that's
about
very-
my blood.
That's very story-wise important right now.
Would
I know I've looked it up and it has been before.
I have history. Can I maybe do a check to roll? That's something I am good at.
If his blood is always a different color, yeah, I'll give you you can do a roll.
To know if he's fey or not. To
Honestly,
see,
there's
to see if that's something I can remember.
that's a complete DM thing. Like, there's nothing about
yeah,
blood.
I
That's-
think it should be. I think that should be your tell.
That's
is
cool.
that
I
your-
think it's a doppelganger thing.
Oh, that's true. But I kind of like that.
I think it's cool.
So your blood is blue. That's good?
what I was thinking.
Okay, so your blue blood.
Can we
starts
just say like
leaking.
blue tinted, or is it full blue like cobalt?
It's dark. It's a dark color and it's a bluish.
It's
tint.
like as dark as blood is, but blue.
I would say to someone who's
Like a navy.
paying attention, they might not necessarily notice, but
Okay.
to someone who's a level 2 astute XD, they might know.
I'm an Extine.
So what are you rolling? Perception, or you could
Sure.
roll. You could also roll insight.
I did quickly stick my finger in my
Sure,
mouth.
yeah. It's not
So
exactly
he's
easy,
gonna have just a moment to see my blood.
but you are
That's true.
bleeding profusely.
yeah, I'm drinking the blood.
You got a vein in there.
There might be a little blood leaking out of my lips.
There might be. So give me whatever you prefer.
If you
insight would work.
if you give me insight or perception, it's going to be a 10. You get both ways.
Okay, I don't think you outright notice, put it together, but you do see out of the corner of his mouth, it's like he wiped it, but there's like a blue smear there a little bit. And you didn't see the blood itself, but you've seen this sort of wipe away area.
So when I summon my familiar, which I've probably done recently,
Mm-hmm.
I have to choose from celestial, fey, or fiend.
Okay.
So I always go fiend.
Okay.
So I want to apologize and say he's quite a fiend, that weasel. Sorry he got you.
At that, Purvis comes to the door, and he goes, Bogey, you going upstairs for the itinerary?
The itinerary, can't it wait?
Maybe. I personally can't wait.
When is yes, Purvis, let's go with my new friend here.
Some old lady. Very nice to meet you. And he puts his hand out and shakes your hand very quickly.
You look more charming than that, but
I thought you were an old lady.
no, I'm not an old lady.
You have gray hair. That's all.
I have long, like wispy gray hair, but a younger looking face. I'm not trying to look super old.
Okay, you're just
and I don't look like.
witch.
Well, I guess my hair is kind of long, but I'm not. Anyway,
He twirls his mustache a bit, and he goes, "Enchanté," and he shakes your hand a bit.
My pleasure.
Very good.
I'm sorry about my weasel biting you, by the way. That's never happened before.
Oh my, she was bit by a weasel.
Yes, my weasel bit her.
This is an exciting cruise. And he turns around and heads upstairs.
We'll follow. I want to see this itinerary. You going to join us? What is your name again?
It's Clay. I'm gonna just reach in my bag and eat a berry real quick.
Okay.
So
Is it a good berry?
It's a good berry.
So you get 1 HP back?
I'll get my HP
Okay,
back.
so you get that.
Can I try to stop the bleeding?
Sure. You just want to cover it with like a cloth or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can have my servant hold a cloth over your finger. I feel so bad about this.
It's very odd that I can't see your servant. Is there something
You
wrong
feel
with
a
him?
pressure on your finger at
Yeah.
that, and the cloth
Let
tightens
him-
around it.
Oh,
He will accompany you now.
this is most unusual.
Welcome to the good life.
But and y'all are like,
Start dancing.
you're on the sea. Anyway, so you get up, and you see Squat Town disappearing in the distance. Have you ever? Dad, we were talking about this before, but have you ever left Squat Town? I know you're from Snowflakea, which is far to the north.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the forest and the mountains, so the opposite.
I'm
area.
on extended sabbatical.
You're seeing what's out
Call
there.
it. Yeah. So you're kind of, are you just traveling around basically? Like,
I'm working on a book.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, more on that later. I want to hear about that. But
Um,
are you like? Did you spend most of your time in Squat Town, Clay, or?
So
are you...
I'm 37. So I came from the Fae, spent some time near Briarwood, like in that forest, and then came here probably like, I don't know, 7 years ago when I was
Okay.
30.
Okay, so you've been here a little while.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Ice Marsh, which you would know all about it? It's just a sea. It's like the Squat Town's surrounded by a sort of frosty, cold swamp. But to the south is the Ice Marsh, which is just a frozen over swamp. It's like full of glaciers and large ice structures. You think you'd ever gone down there?
I think I would have
or-
been here on a ship.
Okay, yeah, that's
Only by ship. Yeah.
probably fair to say. So you're familiar with these channels at this point.
I've done some smuggling.
Okay, yeah, so you know where you are at the moment. You see Squat Town disappearing in the distance. Around y'all is a thick swamp. There's trees everywhere. There's all kinds of reeds and like wild rice coming out of the water. You see every now and then maybe a patch of ice, like a thin patch of ice float by. You see some frost on some of the greenery. The river you're in is pretty wide. You could probably fit another boat next to y'all on it pretty easily. And y'all are in a very big boat, by the way. Like, this is a cruise river boat. So
Biggest boat I've ever seen.
probably is, honestly, like in that harbor. It's
Yeah,
probably-
That's why I had to
we're
get a
staying here
ticket.
for a while, right?
Yeah, so y'all get up there, and Armand goes, "All right, welcome aboard the SS Safeboat. We're happy to have you all here. It's a 13-day cruise, of course. We're going to be heading south. In a couple days, we'll be heading right into the icebergs, and we'll be getting nice and chilly, of course."
What is this guy's accent? He's
don't know.
Australian and Scottish. That's
You
amazing.
never know what
Keep
it's
it up.
going to be. And then
It's draconic.
it's Gator.
It's Gator.
It's Gator.
This is a Gator accent.
Yeah,
I'm just studying this accent. I'm
yeah,
like,
you
oh
can't
my
quite
God.
get a
I
grip on
thought
it.
it was. I thought it started Jamaican, but no, I don't know what it is.
You're on the cruise, man.
Yeah, the cruise man, eh? And he,
Crikey.
kind of like that. Anyway, fuck, where were we? Okay, so he said we'll be seeing ice in a few days out, and then we're gonna make a big U-turn down, probably in a few days, and come back up the other way. All right, so it's gonna be a great time. Like I said, we already had some fun this morning. And he kind of looks around. And he's like looking for you. And then he just points at Pips, or Squonk, who he thought fell in. He's like, Squonk fell in the water. That is great. What a great start, huh? And he says, now look, just to let everyone know, we got we are in the wild out here, so we might be meeting wild animals. Could be bandits, maybe troglodytes. Things happen out here, but no worries. We've got a private security force here, and you see he points over to 3 heavily armed and pretty rough-looking customers, and they sort of like wave you all, just let you know who they are. And he's like, and of course also I'm a fighter. Perla's a fighter. This is Perla, my first mate. She goes, hi guys, and she's a little water ganassi that she's got like half her hair shaved. She's got like a bunch of earrings, a bunch of tattoos. She has like a huge great club on her back. And then he just introduces the rest of the crew. You've met Pip, Squonk, and Reef. There's a bartender, there's a barmaid, there's a chef, and then the hired people, the hired swords protecting y'all. And he says, before we get started though, I want to know if we have anyone who's prepared to be an emergency helper, okay? Anyone want to be an emergency helper? Basically, if we get in a tight spot, you're going to be the ones. You won't have to fight anybody, but we just need you to be moseying the other people along. Make sure they get to someplace safe, huh? Here's that. Anyway, yeah, I saw you today, and he points at you, Bogey. He's like, I saw you. You lifted the water up there. Yeah, maybe you'd like to be a helper, huh?
A helper, but more than that, though. Head helper.
Head helper. This
Dean
is
helper.
the Dean of helping. This is the kind of spirit we need aboard the SF Safeboat. And he comes up and he pins a little star on you.
Ouch.
Like a little rip. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, I'm very strong. Sorry. And he's like, you're the Dean of helping. So he kind of leans in. He's like, in case there's an emergency, I just need to make sure we get everyone down below deck, in case we get attacked or something. It happens sometimes, but not too common.
How often does this happen?
Oh, well, maybe like once a trip we usually get attacked by something, I'd say.
I
Yeah.
really thought this was going to be a fun presentation,
Oh.
but I'm more scared than I was.
No, it's going to be a great time. Don't worry about it. You signed the death and dismemberment forms before
Did
you
we
came
sign
on.
that? I thought that was the crew only.
Absolutely. No, everyone signed it. It'll be fine. We've got nothing to worry about.
Oh, man.
Oh, number 1 helper here, the Dean of Helping. Thank you, sir.
Who are
Thank
my
you.
students?
Do we have any students who want to be helpers? And one guy pipes up and he raises his hand. He's like, yeah, hi there. I'm Pike Finley. I'll be a helper. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. And he comes up and says, I'll be your number 1 student. And he shakes your hand. Okay, and then after that, he's Armand comes back on. He's like, we got our helpers now. Thank you very much. Just want to let you know tonight, we got a little meet and greet, cocktails and meets. Gonna be meeting each other, talking, a little speed dating. You know how it goes. And then this afternoon, before that, we're gonna have a nice viewing at the Dragon Route 3. So we're gonna be passing by that in a few hours, and that's where we'll dock for the night, and we'll get to take a look. Well, I'll tell you all about it when we get there, but we got other things going on. We got free fishing, free sliding, free casinos, free drinks, free food, whatever you want. It's your cruise, it's your vacation. All right, I'll be back. See ya. And he starts jaunting off back towards the mast, or not mast, the what do you call the wheel of the boat? You steer.
The driver's seat.
The driver's seat. Yeah, he's going back to the driver's seat of the boat, and yeah, so that's that. You kind of got an idea of it. If you have any questions, you can talk to some of the crew. Pips, Squonk, and Reef and Perla are all about on the deck, just doing boat stuff, boat things. There's a mast. You can climb up the crow's nest, and there's a spiral slide that comes down off of it. Some of the children are already climbing up it. And going
That's the
down
slide that was referenced?
Yeah.
I'd like to do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. You climb up there. You get to the top of the crow's nest.
Were any smaller children in front of me?
Yeah, they're constantly going up and down.
I want to try to wade my way through them.
While
to
you're
get there first.
While you're climbing, or while you're getting to the ladder.
Both.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. See how you push.
I say none of you paid for this. It's a 17.
Okay, yeah, it's not even a contest. Like you're just pushing past them. One of them falls over.
I see Dean of Safety.
Dean of Helpers.
Dean of Helpers coming through.
One of the kids turns around and goes, "Wow, you're the Dean of Helpers!" And you just pull him off the ladder to go to climb, and he just kind of falls to the ground. And you just start going up. Yeah, you get up to the top of the crow's nest, and yeah, you can see actually around for a ways. You see over the tree line.
Cool.
You see there's a nice like layer of frost on top of these
It's an
trees.
ice marsh. This is a really unusual.
It is
place.
odd, actually. It is somewhat of a phenomenon.
I'm interested in the function
Yeah.
of it
No,
all.
no. Why don't you give me? So you're not in the ice marsh proper yet, but you're entering it, right? So you're still a lot of the swamp is still pretty green, but there's the further you go, the more ice you're seeing. Why don't you give me a history check? Because the ice marsh is a famous place that you might have known.
12.
12 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know that.
And I'm proficient
in history.
yes.
Okay, cool. So with that, you know that this isn't like the southern end of the world. You know, not like the tundra is to the north of where you live. There's a tundra right above y'all, but this is not the southern end of the world. This is some kind of oddity. Like this should just be a swamp, a lowland swamp. But over the past like hundreds of years, this ice has formed over it. So maybe you've kind of been wanting to go here and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But you've heard different accounts of what it could be. There's not a real defined cause, but you know, there's theories that it maybe had to do with dragons that used to live here, maybe giants. There's ideas that there were mages that had something to do with it. But this ice it's become
A
natural.
lot of myths.
Yeah.
A lot of myths
Yeah.
about like what created it.
It's not necessarily, natural though.
Yeah, no one knows what the actual like cause is. For
Right.
Snowflakey has probably like a lot of myths
Yeah,
and things
no, I mean,
parsed and diced. This
you,
isn't.
You had a good chance of like you probably worked with people who like did their entire research on this place because it's so
There's
odd.
Purvis is here and he doesn't know.
Yeah, Purvis, he doesn't know about it. What off in the distance, you don't need to do a perception check, but you can see a massive tree poking out of the rest of the swamp. Like it's very small in the distance, but from here you can see it rising above the rest of the tree line. Do you want to go down the slide now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you slide down. It's cold as shit. It's metal,
Nice.
but you go fast. And there's a little pile of mattress cloth and stuff at the bottom that you run into. It's
Cool.
and
Loved it.
some of the kids are like, "Yeah, the helper's here. Yeah, the dean are helping. Wow, cool, great slide."
Throw my hands in the air. Rah!
Yeah, wow. Their hands are in the air as well, and they're roaring too. What are you up to?
Okay. I'll use the slide.
Sure, yeah, you climb up there. You also see very far in the distance that same tree. There's a massive tree in the distance.
Do I know about this tree? Have I heard of? I mean,
So it's dragon root tree. You can assume this is the one he's talking. Oh yeah, you would know. You're from here. You've probably passed by this tree before.
Yeah.
It is a massive tree. Like it's towers above. Do you want to try and roll like a history on it, like if you know about it at all?
yeah, I think I would like to.
Sure, I'll
See
give you
what-
advantage because you're from here,
Cool. And I know trees.
and you're a tree guy.
History. It's
Yeah.
11.
Okay. So just to explain what advantage is, at some points in the game I can say advantage or disadvantage, which will mean anytime you roll that d20, you could roll 2 and take the higher of the 2 or take the lower. And you had advantage. So you got an 11. I think with that you would know the kind of bare bones of the history of it. It's a tree that this portion of the swamp a long time ago, the myth, the theory is it was burned to the down to ash by a red dragon, and this tree grew on top of dragon ash basically, and it grew incredibly strong, and from it became this monument.
So it's a very sturdy tree.
Yeah, and it's just huge. Its roots reach out way further. It's just a big tree. Dragon's Oak sounds cool. You know the bark on it is resistant to fire.
That's something I'm looking at it now. I'm reminded that I've wanted to smuggle some of that stuff, or at least not necessarily smuggle it, but get some of it in my shop,
like some
sell
bark?
some of that bark, or
Oh.
use it for to make
Sure.
a shield for myself.
Yeah, is there anything while the boat heads on that you want to do? I mean, there's free fishing. They did the slides. I don't know if is there anyone interested you wanted to talk to. There's a lot of people on the boat that we haven't really discussed
Are there any animals on the boat?
Oh yeah, you were looking around to see.
I was looking at faces. I wanted to look at the
Yeah.
guards, like the swordsmen.
Okay.
I saw the captain.
Yeah.
His,
start- oh, go
his first mate.
Yeah, his first mate.
What's her name?
Perla?
Perla. So I've got all these faces
Sure.
in mind.
Yeah, you look at the hired swords. They kind of walk around and patrol the ship. They're just doing their jube. One of them is a kind of a middle-aged looking guy. He's got real thin hair, balding. It's like thin and long. He's got a big nose. He's like kind of skinny, but he's got tons of blades all over him. Like there's a knife here, a short sword at his waist. Like he's layered up in daggers pretty much.
Okay.
There's he's a human, and then there's a dark elf woman who is, she's got a hood over her face. She's not really trying to hide. People don't really need to hide their dark elves in this world, but she's a drow. She's got a large rifle over her back, and then the other one is a half orc, and he's a pretty big guy. He's got a great sword slung over his back, and they're just patrolling.
Okay.
These are the 3 bounty hunter looking people
The-
mentioned before.
The hired muscle.
The hired muscle, yeah.
To protect the boat. But there are people going to and fro throughout the ship at this point. If you were in.
Wait, I was trying to recall during the itinerary.
Yeah.
We were told there was a list of things to do. I
Sure.
heard that there was a slide. I heard that there was gambling.
There's gambling.
I've heard other things.
I'm also looking for animals. That's the one other thing.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tag along with this guy because he seems overconfident.
Yeah, I'd love to meet up with Purvis.
Okay. Yeah. He'll
Can he be part of the crew?
yeah.
Can I be like, dude, we're gambling and stuff tonight?
He'll pal. Yeah. He's like, absolutely. We're going to hit the tables so hard.
Purvis, perfect.
You know me.
Yes.
let's-
Summon the plane of luck, will you?
If only. Perhaps I could get a bit of help from another plane.
Yeah, the plane of
Wink,
luck.
wink. Nudge, nudge.
Yes.
Yes, and if by luck you mean the 9 hells, then yes.
Oh no,
Just a plainer joke.
Dastard.
He punches you in the eye. Just a Purvis joke. Let's go fishing. Come on. And he goes over and grabs one of the fishing rods that's set up and just starts fishing.
Is that one of the activities here
yeah,
too?
you can go fishing.
Okay, I'm trying to write all the things I can do, and then
Sure.
I'll mark off each one. I've slid.
Great, yeah.
I've fishing.
Fishing, gambling. So wait, you want to look for an animal?
I'm just
Clay.
looking if there's any animals on board while I follow him around.
We're fishing, so yeah, we're just me and Purvis are fishing.
He's like, Purvis isn't even paying attention to the rod. He's just like, oh, I'm fishing. This is so much fun. And he's just like swinging the rod around and not really paying attention to where
Purvis.
And you're looking for animals on board. Yeah, one of the kids has a cat that follows them around. It's a little black cat that's hopping around, following her everywhere she goes.
One of the kids.
Yeah, there's at this point you would have noticed like all those kids going up and down the slide. There's 3 kids. There's 2 halfling children, and there's 1 drow child, or dark elf. And they all sort of already buddied up and playing together.
And only one of them has a cat.
Yeah, the little drow girl has a little black cat.
I will spend 10 minutes casting Speak with Animals as a ritual spell.
Okay. Speak with animals?
During
No.
that 10 minutes, can I talk to Purvis?
Yeah.
Still at Snowflake State SSU, huh?
Oh, that I am. Just out doing some good old-fashioned research, you know.
Research. Oh, you're on a research mission, not a vacation?
A bit of both. Why not?
Well, yes, but what are you researching?
Oh, well, you know I'm into planar magics, of course. And
Of course.
the like, and that's exploding right now. It's
Yeah, didn't I promote you to head
No.
of planar magic?
Somewhat.
I believe I was quite responsible for such a thing.
Yes, sir. You were instrumental in me being almost the head of the department. But you see, there's this woman. You've probably heard of her, a high elf, the Ganius. She's head of planar magic. She sort of invented the whole magic.
Those rats.
I know.
The whiskey wogs.
They go off and they have some war, and then they save the world, and now she's head of planar magic studies.
How old is she?
She's a high She's probably like 100 or something.
So young. It's ridiculous. You just waltz her way in.
He spits off the boat. It's disgusting! And he just throws his rod down. I can't stand it. But that's why I'm out here. Hitting the street, as they say. I
can't believe they passed you up. A man who... What is he?
He's a professor.
What race is he?
Oh, he's a human.
You deserved it.
He looks off for a while and he goes, "Darn it, I know." And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little thing of whiskey or a little bottle of something and he starts drinking from it. He's like, "But that's why." It's like a hair out of place and he like pushes it back. He's like, "That's why I'm out here. You see, I realize I can't be the best if I'm just going to be locked up in my studies, you see. You want some good sir? I'll chum." And he throws you the whiskey bottle.
I take a sip and I say, "I want to help."
Me, yes, perfect. I'll tell you what, I'll fill you in on some of my research on this. So let's just say it involves a little devil named Levistus.
I have no idea who that is.
You might roll a history check.
Oh, cool. 7, and I'm proficient.
You have no idea who that is. I mean, it sounds familiar, but you can't really tell if he's joking or not. Right?
I'm like, is he referring to just like a guy, like some normal dude, just like that little devil?
Yeah,
you don't. Or is he referring to an minor devil?
Yeah, you're not really sure. You just think he's being coy. Okay, all right.
Like, that's good enough for me.
That's what I like to hear.
That is what I like to hear.
Did you want to talk to that cat, Clay? Shoot back over to you.
So, Speak with Animals has a verbal and somatic component, so I'm just gonna bend down and say, and just make that little clawing motion with my hand for 10 minutes, and eventually,
for 10 minutes you're doing this.
It takes 10 minutes to cast as a ritual. So I'm just gonna pat the ground, and I'm just gonna do everything you would do to beg a cat for 10 minutes to come to you, and it'll all seem totally innocuous. Innocuous, is that right?
Innocuous.
Thank you. So yeah, after 10 minutes, it'll come over, and then I'll just talk to it in a sing-songy voice, like, "Hey, little kitty, what's your name?"
So you can speak to it now.
Yeah, now we can understand each other. You might want to figure out what the cat's intelligence is, actually.
He goes, "Hey, I'm Marvin the cat. Nice to meet you."
Oh, aren't you a cute kitty?
Yeah, that's what they say.
I'm gonna
Marvin the cute cat.
Does he let me pet him?
Yeah,
and scratch?
he's
so
now that you're speaking with him, he's nudging up against you and like rubbing.
All right, I'll scratch
face
behind
on
his ears and I'll say, "Oh,
That's the spot."
Hey, what are you doing here, buddy?"
Just following my little lady around.
"Oh, well, what's she doing here?"
She's playing. She's playing with the kids.
Does she do? Wait a second.
What? What'd you say? I have excellent hearing.
I was just wondering. Shit. I got.
Sorry.
He's like doing this right next to us while we're fishing. We would notice. We're two professors at the school. We're like, this guy's doing like a weird like, no, Ricky. What are you doing? Like,
I'm just calling a cat over.
Wicka.
I'll put out a berry.
Yeah.
And so the basically I just it says you might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the DM's discretion.
Yeah. What do you?
So
sure.
all I want is
Go ahead, spit it out. Get it?
let me know if something doesn't seem right to you.
He says, "You know what don't seem right?" And he kind of leans it. You know what don't seem right?
No.
He says, "Storm's coming."
Oh.
And a few minutes later, just a warm front blows in out of the blue. Like you can see, it's almost like a line of clouds like falling behind it, kind of thing.
just slaps it all out of the way.
It flows over through the swamp and over y'all, and it starts to get really humid and much warmer. It's not hot because it's still cold here, but it like went from probably 50 to like 70 degrees. And you maybe had some layers on, maybe a little bit of warm clothing, and now it feels good to peel that off a bit. But you would know this for living here for so long. It's very unnatural, especially right now. It's probably early September, and this is kind of weird for that. It
should be colder.
Yeah, it should be. It's like fall here, you know.
One more time.
So that's a little strange. So y'all fish, you talk to cats, and day goes on, and you arrive at the dragon root tree. There's a little dock there. It's like looks built for like a ship that they've probably made so they can do this, and they pull off and they anchor next to it. And it's probably about later in the evening or later in the afternoon. Sun's about to go down, and Captain Armand comes back out and he says, "Okay, this is the part where you get to go out and do a little digging." And you can see now that you've arrived here, the roots you're probably about a couple hundred yards away from the base of the tree, and it's just towering over y'all. It's huge, towering over all the other trees and plants. And the roots of it are so massive, it's coming out and going like barreling over other trees. It's into the water where y'all are. Like you can see below the boat, underneath the surface of the water, these giant roots just hiding underneath. He says, "Now, if you want, you can do a little digging. Maybe the kids might like it. Maybe anybody would. But there's will-o'-wisp out there that live amongst the tree. And if you're lucky, you can find a shard of a will-o'-wisp out there if you look real hard. Gives some magical effects, yeah.
Like what?
Oh, like it makes you like a ghost for a bit, you know? You go see through.
A ghost?
Yeah, you're not actually a ghost, but you know, it like makes it feel like a ghost. Here, Perla will take you out there. So I can switch characters. And so Perla will lead anyone on this little expedition who wants to go. So Perla hops off and onto the dock and kind of waves anyone down. "Hello, if anyone wants to go and look for some will-o'-wisp shards, I'm ready to go." And
oh yeah, let's do it.
Would you like to join
I was planning to go anyway.
absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I can't wait.
A witch and a wizard. What a great team. I'm just a teacher, but you know, that's all right.
Purvis,
Yes.
don't narrate.
I'm sorry. So sorry. He winks. Let's go find some shots, huh, boys?
Yes,
Purvis, do you have to come though? You're kind of a weirdo.
That's all right.
I kind of enjoy his
He's
company.
creepy.
He's my very best friend.
All right, I'll.
It is written.
So you said he's your very best friend. So I'll try to study his mannerisms and his facial expressions a little bit, and just figure out like what it is that makes you like him.
More than you, or just in general?
I'm gonna try to act more like Purvis.
Okay. Purvis uses a handkerchief to pick up anything he sees. He's like, "Oh, is that a shot? Oh, no, it's the grasshopper." And he just keeps going down and picking things up with it. He's pulled out a pipe, and he's starting to smoke a little corncob pipe. A few other people are out there. I don't know if you're interested. Perla's sort of keeping watch, and she's like, "Just to let you know, when the sun goes down, we got to go back in, because the will-o'-wisp will fry your brains. So just let me know when you're ready to go."
Wait,
What?
Do you mean
Wait.
with fire?
Fire, electricity, hot ice.
I was told we would get some kind of will-o'-wisp gem.
You got to find it first.
Oh, but we don't get them from the will-o'-wisps.
No, they come out at night. You don't want to be here when they're out here,
Why?
because they'll zap your brains.
Oh,
It's no good.
that sounds awful.
It's horrible, but find a shard.
Hurry, find the shards. Weasel, get out. Can my weasel find shards?
Why? What do you want?
Find my shards. Go find these shards.
I was having a wicked good dream in there.
Tip tap. I'll let you sleep later. We're on a cruise.
You let me sleep. Listen to you.
We'll find a ghost shard. We can be ghosts together.
Yeah, whatever. He climbs down and he starts looking around. Both give me survival checks to try and find some.
I got an 18.
18 total?
That's right, and I'm not proficient in survival.
Okay, 18. What'd you get, Clay?
10.
10. Okay. Y'all are searching around. Some of the kids are running past y'all, and a few other people are digging around. Clay, you do not find one. But the sun's starting to come down, and Perla's like, all right, time to come in, or your brains will get zapped. And she's got a big smile on her face. You're waiting around, and you don't see Weasel for a bit. Everyone's starting to come back in. It's just kind of you waiting out there with Perla. What do you want to do?
I want to look through Weasel's eyes. I say, Perla, can you hold on to me for a minute?
Absolutely. And she grabs
Because
on
I
you.
warg into Weasel.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Or I can see into its eyes.
Yeah, as you do that, you see him, and he's like digging furiously, and as he's digging through the dirt, he pulls up this ghostly-looking little crystal.
Nice, Weasel.
He's like, yeah, look at me, huh? Not bad, baby. And he comes on back and hops on your back.
Cool.
He says, that was a wicked good find, huh?
Way to go. Can I reward him?
You got some weasel treats or what?
I have 10 rations.
Give me one of your rations.
I'll give him a ration.
Give me the whole meal. I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
You get it.
Thank you. Say hi to your mother for me.
Well, thank you. It's very nice. She's dead, but that's sweet to sweet to say.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, it happens.
You got a will-o-wisp shard. You can roll an Arcana check to figure out what it does.
So do we have to come in now? Is it getting dark?
Or like how to use it, basically, like the functions of it. Yeah, it's the sun's setting.
So we're right now or later?
Yeah, you can do it now. You're back on the ship. Like you've unless you want to stay out there.
21 and I am proficient.
Nice. In Arcana?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So, yeah, you know how this thing works. Basically... Oh, okay. So roll 2d4 now.
2.
Nice. Okay, so you have 6 charges on it. For each charge, you can use this. One charge will let you go incorporeal for 5 seconds each. Or I'll say 6. Make it a round. And you can also use one charge to cast Chill Touch, the cantrip. And just establishing here in this little homebrew, charges for the most part, unless I probably say otherwise, like once it's expended, it's gone. So once you use all 6 charges, it'll fall apart and die.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's not going to recharge.
How many? What is chill touch? What's the cost of each again? 1 and.
Everything is 1. Chill Touch is 1
cool.
charge, and to go incorporeal for a round is 1 charge.
Cool. Got it.
So you'll just be able to pass through solid objects. Normal movement speed. But yeah, you'll float, essentially. So you got it. Purvis is like, I say, old bean, did you get one?
I did. I found a ghost shard.
Nice. As did I, of course, naturally. And he pulls up a shard that looks like yours, but it's like blood red.
Oh, wow, that doesn't look like mine.
Oh, of course it is. Watch this. And he like squeezes it to use it, and it pops in his face, and he takes a little bit of fire damage, and his like eyebrows burn.
Oh no, Purvis!
He goes, oh, I'm gonna go freshen up, old bean, and he heads downstairs back to his room.
Oh no, Purvis!
He rolled a natural 1, and he found a faulty shard. So as that happens, you're going to dock here for the night. You're just going to stay in front of this tree. As the sun goes down, twilight emerges, and the sky is dark blue, dark purple. And one by one, these little lights come on around the tree, and out where y'all were looking around, these little balls of light come up. And each of them are different shades, different colors. and they're kind of dancing around each other. Every once in a while, they'll like charge and send off a zap or a little bolt of fire or some ice. There's like blues and reds and greens and yellows of all different types. They're like rising in the air, they're sinking, and there's hundreds of them just dancing around this tree. And they go on for a few hours. Y'all have have some drinks at the meet and greet if y'all want, or if you want to. I don't know what y'all want to do now. Like, you're watching this, they're passing out some drinks if you want some. If you want to take it in for the evening, it's up to you.
Wait, drinks like it's on the deck, like they're just passing out drinks.
Yeah, while y'all are watching this, they're passing around drinks, and he's like, "Well, old Bean, what I miss, huh?"
Well,
you can see there's like many empty glasses around Purvis. He's just sort of drinking away, and he's like kind of bleeding out.
Get Brit, who is this woman who's taking your position? You were supposed to be head of planar.
Who said I was a woman?
No, him, not you, him. What? This woman. This female elf has taken the position of head of planar studies at Snowflake State University. My good friend Purvis was supposed... Yes, the Ganius is her name.
Ah, yes, the famous hero.
Arg.
Yes, now you see why she got the job. And old Purvis didn't! And he just like throws his glass out over the side of the boat.
Everyone refers to her as a hero, huh?
Damn it!
All of them.
She's so brave.
Do you have her contact information? Who can make a portal for us?
Well, you're the head, Purvis. You're the head of planar magic.
I'll make a portal for
You
you.
can create a portal, can't you?
He just sits down on one of the chairs and goes to sleep. Like one of the deck chairs is just laying there. And he's got like an empty drink in his hand, half full.
I say, this is how magic works. Just wait.
Yes, you...
He made a portal to his dreams.
No, this is how magic works. This is a somatic component. It's the sleeping.
Creating a
It's
portal
the
on this
sleeping component of his
Wow.
spell.
That's incredible.
If there was anyone else you were interested in meeting...
well, yeah, I want to meet everyone.
I
want to talk to Pip.
Is there more beer? Okay. So who else are we going to talk to?
I wanted to...
Yeah, you got a few options.
There's crew. There's Pip.
There's other passengers, too. I mean, if you want to look around, I don't know.
Do I see any other wizardly Snowflake State-looking people? Any students, maybe?
You do notice a person in a pretty nice robe. It's like purple and gold. They're kind of small and hunched figure. They're sitting out on the deck, and they're covered like in that robe, and then they have this long plague mask that they're wearing. Like, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like the big bird beak. So you can't really see their face, but they're sitting there. They have a cane that they're kind of leaning on, and there's two large Goliath guys. There's a family of halflings running around. Two of those kids are with. There's the drow mother and daughter. The daughter's playing with those other kids. There's a tiefling man who's in like a nice white cloak and outfit. He's hanging around talking to some people. There's some of the crew. There's Pike Finley who you've talked to a bit. Some more of the crew also sort of hanging around.
I want to talk to Pike.
Okay. Yeah. Pike's like, the Dean of Safety. We meet again.
Hey. I said, have you met my friend?
No, haven't met you. Hey, I'm Pike Finley. Good to meet you.
Oh, hey, old bean. I'm Clay. I run the general store.
He grabs your hand real hard.
Everyone's an old bean, right?
What does it mean?
It's just something. Some people are beans and they call themselves beans or other beans. But you're not a bean. You can't call us beans.
I'm Pike Finley, not a bean.
Yeah,
but that's
you
all
can't,
right.
See, he's offended by being called a bean.
That's okay.
I sell all kinds of beans in my
cool.
general store. Clay's.
You can call
Pets
me
and-
old bean, but no one else.
Clay, why don't you give me an insight check?
If I'm telling the truth about if you can call people beans casually?
No, this is against Pike.
Okay.
5.
5. Okay, yeah. Your hand hurts. pretty bad after his handshake.
Ow. I'll make my hand turn like really red.
Oh, just like look red.
I can change the color of my skin.
Okay. Are you trying to show him, or are you just like?
I just want to like exaggerate how bad he hurt my hand.
He doesn't even. He's not really paying attention.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, oh my hand.
While you're talking to Pike, there's some commotion. You see people start running around deck. Some of the hired swords. The big half-orc steps forward and unsheaths it and goes to the edge of the boat. And you hear this... And he slashes down at something on the other side of the boat. And you go... And then like a splash into the water. And he turns on and goes like, "We're being attacked!" And troglodytes! And as that's happening, like you look around, you see there's these big... fish lizard creatures crawling over the side of the boat, and the hired guns start forming like a kind of like a circle as best they can around everyone, and the captain starts yelling about, oh, there they come, where are my helpers, where's my dean of helpers? And he's like looking around. What do you do?
I am the dean. I'm in charge.
He's like, you go and take care of the passengers, and he leaves you to it.
Gladly. Women and children, I say.
Yeah, they're listening to you. You're the helper. And Pike's like, all right, sir, this is our moment. Let's go.
Where do I take them, Pike?
I'm going below deck. He said to take him down to the second level.
Everyone below deck.
They listen to you. They start filing down. And like some of them are hurrying. Like a few, one of the halfling man, like is like trying to help him, and he gets run over and he falls like to the ground.
Oh no!
He's trying to get up.
Pike, help the halfling.
Right
man.
away, sir. He goes and just like picks him up and runs downstairs. Troglodytes, there's a few on the deck now, and you can see the hired guns are like actively fighting them.
They've got it though.
Right now, it's kind of at a stalemate. Perla jumps in. She like smacks one across the face with her great club. The captain slices one open. You see, though, Purvis is still asleep on one of the fold-out chairs on the deck. Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
there's a troglodyte approaching him, and no one has noticed it yet. You two are still up on the... I don't know. What are you doing, Clay?
I mean, I was going to go look for a possum, but if troglodytes
Whatever's
are attacking...
more important to you.
If troglodytes are attacking...
Sure.
Then I want to cover whatever spot hasn't been covered and try to take a defensive position.
You want to get in the action or just like kind of defensively hold the ground?
Near the action.
Okay.
Like I would like to help fight.
Okay.
There's a way.
In front of you, there's two troglodytes attacking that half-orc with the greatsword, and one slashes at his side, and he like goes down to a knee, but he's like holding them back, the other one back like with his sword.
Okay.
So there's that going on. And this other troglodyte is going for Purvis. There.
I want to cast Gust on him if I'm within 30 feet.
Of the troglodyte?
Of Purvis.
Okay, yeah, let's roll initiative. For all you new players out there, initiative is just roll the D20, and they're going to determine the order of their turn in combat. So I'm also going to roll for the troglodytes.
I got a 13 as bogey Yera.
What'd you get, Clay?
5.
Okay. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. The troglodytes are... One is approaching up to Purvis. He gets like right in front of it. It's your turn, Bogey. So you want to cast Gust on it?
I guess I would try to cast the troglodyte overboard.
Okay, because it basically used its action to move all the way up on Purvis.
Yeah, I want to try to get him out.
Okay, so you want to blow him overboard?
Mm-hmm.
How far can it move him?
10 feet.
Okay, yeah, I think that's close enough to the edge of the boat. Do I have to do anything?
I seize the air and can ability to create one of the following effects. at a point you can see within range, I'm going to blast air capable of moving one object that is neither held nor... One medium or smaller creature that you choose must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed up to 5 feet away from you.
All right, so I'll roll strength save to try and beat your spell save DC.
Oh. See, that's why I wanted to cast on Pervious, so Pervious just goes overboard.
You want to throw him overboard?
Well, he'd land in water, right?
Yeah. But that's where these troglodytes are coming from, also.
That's true.
So I think your guy would be aware of that. Unless you've had a few drinks and you don't think he would. You just like, Purvis, look out!
No.
Oh.
Oh, no, Purvis. I'll blow the guy overboard.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
13.
Okay. What does it look like when you do this? You just in like somatic components and you create this gust?
It's going to be vocal and somatic. It's my only cantrip that is vocal, so I will say this is the hardest one for me. So I say, please, wind to please. And I push really hard with my hands out forward.
Okay.
Just like
yeah.
Push like I'm pushing like a mime.
Yeah.
Like
from it, this like greenish tinted wind comes out, and the troglodyte like raises its claw and is bringing it down on Purvis. And as it does, like the gust hits it, and it catches it below its waist, and it like front flips, but it's moving backward. And as it does, it hits its head on the side of the boat. And you see like blood just kind of pour out of it, and then it flips over and keels over to the side of the boat. Splashes.
Cool.
He rolled a natural 1 on his save, and so he got a little extra for that.
That is so cool.
And splashes into the water, and Purvis is still asleep. But you have movement if you want to move.
I'd try to close in on him.
Okay, so you move up, and you're next to Purvis now. Clay, it's your turn.
Do I see troggies?
Yeah, there are 2. You positioned yourself behind the half-orc hired guard, and there's 2 troglodytes in front of them. And one has just wounded him.
Is the other one like moving towards attacking someone else or the same guy?
They're both double teaming him. It's hard to tell at this point. He's definitely been hit.
Okay. Here.
You're crazy. Get out of here.
I think I'll cast Eldritch Blast.
Hey.
There it is.
Man, that sounds familiar.
Oh, man. That's 3 times in a row. I've rolled a 4.
Roll a 4. What's
8.
the total?
It's 8.
8. You fire off an Eldritch Blast, and it like scays the side of one of these guys, but it bounces off and blows a small piece of wood off the side of the boat, like off the railing there.
What is it, like a chicken feather? What do you send?
Yeah, what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
It does not look like a chicken feather.
Is it like when you cast it?
Yeah, it may sound like a chicken, but it does not look like a chicken feather. It looks like chicken shit.
Captain Armand goes, "Someone get that poor chicken out of here!" And he like digs the scimitar right into the face of one of the troglodytes, kills it.
Oh, good. Well done, old bean.
So
I give you a thumbs up.
Troglodytes turn. One of them that was attacking the half-orc continues to slash at him. The other one, let's see, the first attack will be on the half-orc. Okay, the next attack is on you. Okay, what's your AC, Clay?
So I have a shield.
Okay, so it bites at you. Its teeth sink into your shoulder. It claws you. You block it with your shield, and the other claw comes in and just gets you in the side.
So, I do have a feature that lets me impose disadvantage on rolls.
Okay.
But I have to do it before I know the result.
Oh yeah. You know the result.
Just
sure. In the future,
I might want to do that.
Yeah, just let me know. I guess I'll try to give you a moment. That's gonna do 7 damage to you. Claw and a bite on you, and there's a stench when he gets in front of you, and it smells awful. Like it's overbearing you at the moment.
All right, so I'm gonna like plug my nose with with one hand, and then my other, I'm gonna point my finger at him. Hellish Rebuke, baby.
Oh, okay. So that's a reaction.
That's right.
Yeah, go for it. I think that's a dex save from me.
Yep.
What's your spell save DC?
12.
I fail. So
2d10 fire.
okay.
15 fire damage.
Nice. Yeah, so you just point your finger forward and a ray of fire comes out. Is that how it looks?
Yeah.
Okay.
He erupts into flames. I think it's more just like I point my finger and he just catches
Bursts into
on
flames.
fire.
Yeah, you do that and he ignites and immolates in fire and he's like and he's just like running around the deck just totally immolated and he crashes into the side of it and just falls off into the water and chunks of him were burning off and falling onto the deck and there's like his arms sitting there burning. He's super dead. Awesome. The half-orc got attacked twice as well. And he took another hit and blocked 2 more, and he's looking pretty beat up at the moment. There's still 1 more on him. And then we're back to you, old bean. Bogey.
Oh, bean.
Who has dark vision? Are you a human?
I'm a human.
Okay, so you don't have dark vision.
That's right.
I don't either.
You don't have dark vision. So basically, there's some lighting on the boat, but it is night, and it's just kind of chaos. Like you see a lot of people are fighting, but you can't really tell how many unless you want to move closer to one. But either on your turn, you hear some screaming below deck, like where you sent all the people.
And Purvis is asleep.
Purvis is asleep. Yeah.
I need to slap him.
Okay, you slap him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hit him, and he comes to and goes. Oh, good old slap, huh? Jesus Christ, what's going on? And
We're being attacked.
All right, stand back.
We'll go below deck with me.
All right, stand with that. Yeah.
Let's come with me. Follow me.
I
need some action to move down below deck.
Okay, yeah, he follows you down below deck. You climb down and you see there's like a line of people, and some have moved into some of the rooms, but there's a troglodyte down in there, and Pike is like face to face with them, and he's just got his fist, but he's like trying to block an attack from it.
So did I use my movement to move down here?
Probably used your action to wake up Purvis, but he has an action actually, so he could attack.
Yep.
He's like, Pike, look out! And he like points his hand and like shoots off a firebolt, flies over because y'all like on the staircase, so it flies over the heads of the people that are kind of in the hallway. He's a little drunk, so it fires off and it just goes sailing overhead and just like crashes into the back and like a huge scorch mark on the wall. And he's like, oh shit, old bean. And it's like he sits down on the stairs and he's like trying to collect himself. Back to Mr. Clay. What would you like to do?
I didn't say I was a man.
Back to
Sorry, I'm just
Clay.
Sorry. There's one on me, right? Oh no, I killed it.
You killed it. There's one in front of you attacking the half-orc.
How far away is he?
He's probably 10 feet away from you.
Okay, primal savagery. You channel primal magic to cause your teeth or fingernails to sharpen, ready to deliver a corrosive attack. Make a melee spell attack against one creature within 5 feet of you on a hit. They take 1d10 acid damage. So yeah, I'll let my nails grow out.
Okay.
Really long and claw at this troglodyte.
Yep. Trog dog.
It's 15 plus 4.
Okay, 19. Yeah, you hit. You hit with your claws.
Excellent. And that'll do 6 acid damage.
Nice. So they dig into his chest, and you see this bubbling green ichor singeing around the claw marks, and it's like burning into his skin and like melting it away.
Nice.
He's like,
I try to mimic that sound.
oh yeah, you're like, this is interesting, fascinating.
Yeah.
That gives the half-orc you're helping a moment to... He stands up and he swings the greatsword. And see how he do. Can't quite get it done. The troglodyte staggered and it falls back from the acid attack, and the greatsword goes wide and misses. I couldn't quite get it. But at that moment, Perla comes out of the darkness. Her great club, just covered in troglodyte blood, comes down and tries to finish it off to help. Oh yeah, she smashes it in the face, and its head explodes all over the great club.
Nice.
She's like, I got one. All right, bloody good.
I try to slow clap.
Yeah, she looks at you, and she's kind of got this like bloodthirsty look in her eye, and she starts clapping too with like one hand because she's holding her big club there. But nice. she pulls up the half orc and gets back to work. Above deck, things are looking pretty good. Now you've helped that situation. It looks like the battle's being won up here. Above deck, things are going well. Below deck, you got a troglodyte and a bunch of commoners. Mm-hmm. Pike's up in front. Your boy Purvis is a little woozy, sitting down, and it's your turn, Mr. Bugger.
I'm angry. I'm going to throw a tantrum.
Okay.
I'm pissed. My friend's not helping. I'm not doing good at Dean stuff right now, so I'm going to attack.
Okay, so you're going to...
With my quarterstaff and my tantrum.
What do you mean? You're the Dean of Helpers.
I'm the Dean of Helpers, but everyone's scared down here.
So you were enacting a barbaric rage. You're throwing a tantrum. Get out your quarterstaff. Mm-hmm. So I think they're about 15 feet away, but there's people in the way also. So if you want to get to them, either you might have to try to move them out of the way, so you can get to Pike and be behind him or next to him. Does that make sense?
Can I say something?
Yeah. You want to try and intimidate them?
Well, I want to say, Dean of Helpers, here to help. Move,
please.
Move.
Yeah. Give me do intimidation or persuasion if you're better at one or the other. 8. Some of them move, some of them don't. You're gonna have to excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. You're gonna have to push through some of them.
I don't mind pushing through some of them.
All right, yeah. You just shove one dude into a room and just falls over.
I don't mind pushing faces.
Yeah.
Children.
So you knock all the kids over. They're all in the way. They're all on the ground now.
Get out of my way.
And they're like, wow, it's the Dean of Helpers, he says from the ground as you step on his chest to get over him. And now you are next to Pike, face to face with this guy. So you want to take an attack on him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
With my quarterstaff, I think with my rage, it's just to the damage that I get a bonus. So 15.
Okay, that's a hit.
That is a roll to 6. Oh, wait, it's two-handed. Can I... Well...
Yeah, I think you were using 2 hands, I would think.
Well, I gotta roll a d8 then. This could go bad. Versus a d6.
I mean...
Getting a 6. Yeah. That's 4. Plus 2. So 6, but plus 2 for my melee damage. So we still end up with a plus 8.
Nice. 8 damage? Yeah, you bring this quarterstaff down right on its shoulder, and you hear a crack as it... You break a bone in there, and some blood comes out of its mouth. And at that, it retaliates and brings both of its claws down on both of y'all. One claw down onto Pike, slashes him right in the chest. One claw to you. Yeah, that's going to dig into... Well, what's your AC?
14.
Yeah, that claw goes right into your side. And you're going to take... 4 damage from that, and then it's going to bite at you also since you just broke its shoulder. You said 14?
Uh-huh. Its
teeth come down on you, and at the last second, you get your quarterstaff in the way, and it bites down on that instead. Don't get bit. Now it's your turn again, but make a Constitution saving throw.
I am proficient in Constitution saving throws.
Oh, nice.
And that would be a 12.
12 total?
Mm-hmm.
DC 12. You... It's this horrible smell coming from this guy. Like, it makes you gag, and you almost, puke right there. But you're able to hold back just barely. Like you vomit into your mouth a bit, and then you swallow it back down. You're good to go. So it's your turn.
That's excellent. I watched a video where that happened the other day.
That's great.
I'm in a rage.
That's fantastic.
So I can't cast any spells.
Yeah, you just have to keep.
You're throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, you're having a moment.
I'm having a moment. So I can't cast any spells. But I'm useless as a spellcaster. So I will attack. If I can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're good.
That is a 17.
17 hits.
I'll roll a d8. I am raging. So that is a 7.
Okay. How do you want to kill this thing?
If I had the stick in its mouth, I want to break the stick into the back of its mouth. Like the back of its head.
Push it back, like through its mouth, basically.
Tantrum, and I break my own quarterstaff, just snapping it into the back of its throat. So like 2 different sticks come out of it.
Oh, tight. Okay, yeah. You're like, I'm having a moment.
And I'm like,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You just...
Well, my staff.
And you dig the halves of it as you say that into its neck, and blood just gushes out of it. But you bring it down, and give you some inspiration for destroying your staff for flavor.
Thanks.
And to all you listeners out there,
also erase my quarterstaff off.
Right.
Stats.
We have 2 big stakes now. 2 sharp pieces of wood.
Oh, cool.
So you have that.
Are they like dagger, like one-use daggers?
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, one-use daggers. Inspiration is something the DM can award at any time when a player has done something cool or RP'd well or whatever, and it just gives you an advantage on any dice roll, the 20-sided dice roll. So you kill it. It goes down. You did it. You did your job as the Dean of Helpers. The people around you are like, oh, great work.
I'm still kind of having a moment.
Yeah.
You're like, for like 36 more seconds. I'm still probably like...
yeah, you're cooling off. Pike's like, there you go. Cool off, big man. And he's like patting your back. Purvis is asleep on the stairs. And upstairs on deck, the troglodytes are driven off. Captain Armand comes up to you and gives you a noogie, Clay. He's like, great work. I saw you up there. You totally lit that one on fire. It was beautiful.
I want to weasel out of that noogie.
He's like, well, where are you going? Come back here, you little scamp. And the camera pans out slowly as he's chasing you around the deck, just trying to catch up to you, giving you that noogie.
Is this the first movie in Biffton?
This is the movie in Biffton. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So
I do my own stunts.
As it zooms out, is there anything you try to yell at him to get away from you?
Well, my